I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. A federal judge calling what David DePape did completely unprecedented, breaking into the home of a public official for an attempted kidnapping. But then House Speaker Nancy Pelosi wasn't in California at the time. Her husband Paul was home. DePape assaulting him with a hammer right in front of arriving officers. He gets 30 years in prison.
Christine Pelosi gave a rather emotional victim impact statement, reading letters on behalf of both her mother, Nancy Pelosi, and her father, of course, the victim and main witness in this case, Paul Pelosi. And then the judge weighed in as well when handing down her sentence, saying she was taking into an account of how many people who might have been considering a life in public service may have been dissuaded.
Fox's Claudia Cowan in San Francisco. DePape still facing a separate state trial. Supreme Court Justice Samuel Alito facing a call to recuse himself from certain cases after the New York Times obtained a photo showing an upside-down American flag flying outside the Alito home days after the Capitol riot in 2021.
Justice Alito says a neighbor down the street had put up signs with offensive language and directly blaming Mrs. Alito for the Capitol riot that month. There were also conversations. Alito says because of that, his wife was distraught and hung the flag upside down for a short time as a statement.
Fox's Rich Edson, but Senate Judiciary Committee Chair Dick Durbin says flying the flag upside down is a symbol of the Stop the Steal movement, and he says a clear appearance of bias.
Durbin says Justice Alito should immediately recuse himself from, quote, cases related to the 2020 election and the January 6th insurrection and questions regarding former President Trump's immunity.
Arkansas Republican Senator Tom Cotton calls the report an effort to intimidate justices. America is listening to Fox News.
When you get nachos, tacos, empanadas, spicy queso with jalapenos, Pepto-Bismol's there. Pepto-Bismol provides fast, effective relief from nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, and diarrhea. All the things that can happen unexpectedly on vacation. So before you travel, pack the Pepto. Pepto-Bismol.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
When you use Bounce dryer sheets and your clothes look amazing, it's the sheet. Less static in your life? Yeah, it's the sheet. Smelling fresher than ever? It's the sheet. Oh, so soft fabric? Ooh la la. It's the sheet. Less wrinkles on your clothes? You know it's the sheet. Bounce dryer sheets. More freshness, more softness. Less static, less wrinkles. It's the sheet.
The White House offering federal help as Texas and Louisiana recover from a hurricane-force storm that knocked out power to hundreds of thousands and killed at least 4 people in Houston.
Many people are working from home today because of the state of the city. Everything's covered in glass from those windows being blown out in office buildings and hotels. And I can tell you, people who stayed in a lot of these hotels right around here last night are looking around at this damage and feeling lucky to be alive.
It was kind of crazy because I was upstairs in my bedroom, and all of a sudden my alarm starts going off, like, tornado warning, take shelter. All of a sudden everything just turns dark, and you could see outside the wind started coming in and the rain, and it was just dark.
Yeah, it got pitch black right around 6:30, 6:45 Central Time.
Fox Weather's Katie Byrne in Houston. The world's top-ranked golfer calls it a big misunderstanding what happened early today as Scottie Scheffler was heading to round 2 of the PGA Championship. He ended up in handcuffs after driving past an accident scene.
The incident happened while police were directing traffic around an accident investigation. A shuttle bus had struck and killed a pedestrian just outside the main entrance to Valhalla Golf Club in Louisville, Kentucky. Scottie Scheffler had nothing to do with that accident. In fact, he was stuck in traffic. His attorney says his client was driving a marked player's vehicle and following one officer's instructions when he's alleged to have disregarded another officer's conflicting instructions.
Fox's Jonathan Seri. At one point, an officer reportedly grabbed Scheffler's car and was dragged. Now Scheffler faces multiple charges, including assault on an officer. He's due for arraignment on Tuesday, in the meantime released and getting back to golf. An hour to the close on Wall Street. Stocks are mixed. The Dow's up 73, the NASDAQ lower. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News.
Your only local news radio.
Good afternoon. I'm Andrea Drake with your local and regional news from the Sierra Radio Network newsroom. Here's what's happening. Susanville's financial stability, supported by a 1% sales tax increase from Measure P in 2022, is at risk. That's due to the Taxpayer Protection and Government Accountability Act, which aims to give voters more control over taxes, yet is currently under review by the California Supreme Court. The court's decision could significantly impact local government revenues, including Susanville's sales income tax. The act requires voter approval for new or increased taxes and fees introduced after January of 2022. It also nullifies taxes and fees imposed since then, unless approved by voters within a year. Legal challenges question whether the act unconstitutionally changes the state constitution and if it harms essential government functions. A decision is expected by June 27th. If the measure passes, Susanville's 1% sales tax increase could be reversed, threatening over $1 million in new revenue, vital for public services. City Manager Dan Newton.
For a general tax, basically the language that's in the proposed measure would prohibit the use of an advisory measure with the general tax. There has to be a sunset on it, and then it also requires that the measure say general in the wording on the ballot. So when the city did Measure P, we had an advisory measure. There's no sunset on it, and we said for general government services, but we didn't use the terms general tax. So we're watching that very closely.
Political analyst and California Broadcaster Association President Joe Barry believes the proposed change is too extensive to be resolved in a single ballot measure. However, Barry doubts that the measure will be removed from November's ballot before voters have a chance to decide, noting even if the proposition passes, it could be nullified later, allowing decision makers to avoid seemingly politically motivated. Even the state's Legislative Analyst Office estimates that this measure would have major fiscal effects, resulting in lower annual state and local revenues, potentially substantially lower, depending on future actions of the legislature, local governing bodies, voters, and the courts. The act's fate will shape the future of tax imposition in California and determine the financial stability of cities, including Susanville. The city of Susanville will also no longer be making proclamations. That's at least for 1 year until guidelines are established to govern them. This decision followed a proposal by Councilmember Patrick Parrish, who believes city government should avoid involvement in social justice issues and prevent potential lawsuits.
As I said, made an example before, if someone wanted to make a proclamation on Palestine, what do we do? Israel, what do we do? Black Lives Matter, what do we do? Ukraine, what do we do? We're just open for almost anything. When I said for a temporary moratorium, it's not necessarily to prolong it, because it can come back shorter. As long as we have some type of legal counsel where we have rules and guidelines, then we can do all the proclamations we want. If we don't, we're just open for any and everything. We are picking and choosing what we want to have proclamations for and what we don't. I do not feel it is government's role to be invasive in your life.
City Manager Dan Newton also stated that the lack of a formal policy has raised many more concerns about fairness, inclusivity, and the selection process. This includes those in the standing room only audience in City Hall this Wednesday, particularly amongst the LGBTQ plus community, where members suggested the move aimed to block a potential Pride Month proclamation expected next month, as the city has historically supported Pride Month.
We encourage the council as a civic body in the state of California to continue to show solidarity with its community's diverse populations, including the LGBTQ plus community, as it has done for the past 2 years. We ask that instead of narrowing what it means to be represented by proclamation in the city of Susanville, that you seek to broaden the visibility of your whole population. We express our collective unease over potential attempts by members of the city council to strip away said representation from this narrow group of historically marginalized residents by voting prejudice into the city's policies.
Despite these concerns, the council did unanimously approve the 1-year pause to address the need for clear proclamation guidelines. City Attorney Margaret Long did estimate that it would take 3 to 6 months to review similar policies from other government entities before guidelines could be brought back before the council. The lights will be going out for several communities as Plumas Sierra Rural Electric shares that there's another planned outage just up ahead. I'll have the details on when and where coming up for you in more local news on 93 JDX 1240 KSUE.
Zengels Carpet Floor and Home has been keeping a pretty big secret, but it's finally here and on the showroom floor. The Flex from Flex Steel. With patented blue spring strength, undeniable durability, incredible comfort, and better pricing than competitors' chairs, the Flex is available at Zengels now. Stop by and take a seat in the newest, trendiest sectional on the market and build your own custom-designed Flex with our sales associates today at Zengels Furniture, Main Street, Susanville, and Zengels.com.
Dedicated to their customers, committed to the communities they serve, loyal to their service to you. For over 60 years, that is the Ed Staub & Sons promise. Ed Staub & Sons have been serving Northeast California residents and businesses with diesel, dyed diesel, heating oil, propane, kerosene, bulk fuels, lubricants, and oils. Ed Staub & Sons providing quality products and service and meeting Northeast California energy needs. They offer tankless water heaters and propane-powered appliances too, along with Renai heaters. Visit them at edstaub.com.
When the loss of a loved one falls upon your family, know that all of us at Fink Funeral Home are here to support you and consider it an honor to serve your family. We are here to help pre-plan and plan for your family funeral service needs so your family can rest more easily. And now Fink Funeral Home has their new website they encourage you to visit to learn more about their services. Visit finkfuneralhome.com, finkfuneralhome.com, or call 530-257-4414.
So what's up with the new deck? Is this the year?
We're doing it. We got a great quote from CST General Contractors. I called Cal at 530-258-6690 and we're set.
Nice. Do they do additions?
They do almost everything. They've been around for over 35 years in the Lake Almanor and Chester areas. Room additions, electrical, solar electric, and they install Generac generators too. Call Cal at 530-258-6690 and get started.
CST General Contractors. All right, I'll give them a call.
We are blessed to live in our beautiful Susanville area. We're also lucky to have a locally owned supermarket dedicated to community with service you know and trust. Susanville Supermarket IGA. Fresh cut meats and vegetables and quality IGA products that help you save even more.
Get out the grill this week at your IGA. Fresh pork spare ribs, lean and meaty, just $3.97 a pound. Beef porterhouse or T-bone steaks, $9.97 a pound. Chicken thighs or drumsticks, $1.37 a pound in the family pack. Fresh sweet melons, $1.99 each. Best Yet IGA ketchup, 2 bottles for $4. Bar S hot dogs, 2 packs for $4. Old Home Bun selected varieties, also 2 for $4. And Budweiser 30-pack cans, $27.99 plus CRV.
Now offering Instacart. Shopping has never been easier at your hometown IGA. Sign up, shop, check out, and delivered. 7 days a week on Grant Avenue and SusanvilleSupermarket.com. Like them on Facebook. Susanville Supermarket IGA, your hometown proud supermarket.
Carlson's Tire Pros makes buying tires simpler. They offer a straightforward approach to tire and auto service that includes nationwide warranties, expert advice, and a great selection of Michelin tires. No matter what you drive or where you have driven, Michelin has a tire to fit any need. Visit in-store in Susanville or online at carlsonstirepros.com. Tire Pros. Love the drive.
Local news on 93 JDX 1240 KSUE. The lights will go out for several communities as Plumas Sierra Rural Electric shares that there's another planned outage up ahead. Utility says there will once more have two planned outages to accommodate PG&E repairs. If you live in the Beckworth, Chilkoot, Sierraville, Herlong, Patton, Milford, Levitt, and Edgemont substations, you will be experiencing those 2 brief outages, each lasting about 30 minutes. These outages are scheduled for 10 p.m. on Tuesday, May 21st, and Friday, May 24th. If you are unsure whether your service will be impacted, you are asked to call PSREC at 832-4261. The utility has extended their appreciation to you for your patience and understanding during these brief service interruptions. Sweetheart of the Mountain Scholarship has just been awarded. The scholarship competition, a cherished tradition of the Plumas Sierra County Fair, has adapted to changing times by focusing on the achievements and ambitions of local youth rather than physical attributes. The 2024 competition awarded a $500 scholarship to Emily Choate of Quincy High School. Emily impressed judges with her essay on the importance of involvement in the county fair, drawing from her extensive experience in theater, 4-H, and community volunteering. She plans to attend Feather River College to study outdoor recreation leadership and agricultural studies and aims to become EMT certified. The scholarship, managed by the Plumas Sierra County Fair Foundation, highlights the best of Plumas and Sierra County's youth, ensuring a positive legacy for future generations. And that is what's happening today from your only local news radio, keeping you informed and connected to your communities throughout Lassen, Plumas, and Sierra counties.
Northeast California weather.
And at 12:16, time to take a look at your 3-day northeastern California weather. We're currently at 78 degrees outside the studios here in Susanville, and it's going to continue to warm up into your afternoon. Highs peaking right around 83. Clear skies remain overnight, lows down to about 47. Tomorrow is about the same. We'll see sunny skies, highs in those lower 80s, a light breeze through the afternoon. Mostly clear overnight, lows in those mid to upper 40s. However, winds will be picking up, gusting as high as 30 miles per hour. That will bring a cool down for your Sunday. Highs will only peak right around 75, and that cooling trend continues into the middle of next week. All your weather updates are heard right here throughout your day, as well as while you're on the go through our app, Sierra Daily News. Also found on our website, SierraDailyNews.com, are obituaries provided by Fink's Funeral Home. All new announcements will be heard here each weekday following your news at noon. Here is today's announcement. Odette Swift passed peacefully after complications from open heart surgery that happened on May 1st. She was well respected within the community, known for her long-standing history in the real estate world, owning and operating Lassen land and homes. Odette is survived by her husband of 45 years, Michael Swift. They had no children. Services will be held at the Honey Lake Assembly of God on Saturday, June 1st at 11 a.m. To learn more about the life of Odette, you can always visit again SierraDailyNews.com. Those are your Friday noon news updates. Of course, more local news will be coming up for you on Live at 5 with your hosts Amanda and Aaron. And make sure you're tuning in as the 5 team has all of your tickets. They're going to be giving away a ticket to the Friends of the NRA dinner. That's going to be happening tomorrow evening at the fairgrounds, the Lassen County Fairgrounds within Jensen Hall. And they also have Cherrywood Winery who has tickets to their chocolate and wine event. That's going to be taking place next Friday. So be listening in for all those details and how you can win those tickets to these great upcoming events. From the Sierra Radio Network Newsroom, I'm Andrea Drake. Thanks for joining me with your news at noon. Keep it right here. Your checkup on health is next. Then more of Sierra's Best Country on 93 JDX and Fox Across America. Jimmy Fela on 1240 KSUE.
Are you dealing with blood sugar issues that make you feel sluggish after meals or have low energy in general? Do you crave sweets and junk food? Have you been told that you are pre-diabetic or at risk of developing diabetes? It is important to learn all you can about healthy lifestyles to prevent this disease or manage it well. Northeastern Rural Health Clinic offers a free diabetes class. We meet every third Tuesday each month from 2 to 4 p.m. We discuss all issues and challenges of living well with diabetes or preventing it. Everyone interested in learning about diabetes is welcome. This month we are meeting on Tuesday, May 21st at 2 p.m. We will have a guest speaker provider, Tanya Villers, F&P, discussing the role of medications to help control blood sugars and how they work. If you have questions, call health educator Debbie Jones at 251-5000. That's 251-5000, or just show up on May 21st at 2 p.m. Hope to see you there. A service of Northeastern Rural Health Clinic, where quality health care is your choice and our commitment.
Check up on health with Chris Whitting.
The Centers for Disease Control says that 7,000 to 8,000 people per year receive bites from venomous snakes in the U.S. Do you know what to do in an emergency? Dr. James Hubbard, author of the book Living Ready Pocket Manual First Aid, says if you are bitten, don't wait for symptoms to appear before seeking medical attention.
Bottom line is there's not a whole lot you can do other than get to a medical facility, and if the antivenom is needed, start it.